Hello everyone, welcome to the Arduino practical series. In this particular session we will study about program with the gas sensor, and these are the components we'll be using. The first is the Arduino Uno, as you can see. Then we have this gas sensor, then LED and a 4 kilo ohm resistor. So these are the connection. I'll just explain this connection in TinkerCAD in more detail, and this is the particular code we'll be using. So we'll run this code. After running, I'll explain this code step by step. So this is the code we're using. Now let us simulate this particular practical in TinkerCAD. So now we are into a TinkerCAD. Let us select the components. So first of all, we select the Arduino Uno, this one, place it here. Then the next component we require is the breadboard. So this one, so place it here. Next component we require is the gas sensor. So it's the gas sensor. Then we require LED and a resistor. So in this particular session we'll be using this breadboard. So if you are aware of how we do the connections, the breadboard, it's okay. In case if we'll just see how if we do the connection. So as you can see there are 4 sections. One is this one, and this is the upper one where we connect the power supply, the lower one where we connect the power supply, and these 2 middle regions where we connect the components. So this part, this line entire is connected from this part to this part. So if we connect anywhere at this point, then all these lines, all the vertical lines, they get connected. Similarly for this one and this one also, if we connect anything here, then all these vertical lines, they are connected to that. And in this lower region, this is horizontally connected. So if we connect any point at this, any connection at this, then all these horizontal points, they get connected to that particular point. And here also, if we connect, let's suppose if we connect 5 volt here, then all these points, they become the lower one, they become 5 volt. So similarly this one, if we connect anything here, then all these points, the upper one, entire horizontal row gets connected. And here if we connect anything here, then this entire green part, you can see that gets connected. So now let us place the components. So we start with the gas sensor. We take this gas sensor here and we put it here. So we place it here somewhere on this particular breadboard. Then we take this light emitting diode, we place it here. And then before placing the resistor, let us connect the power supply to this particular breadboard. So as you can see, in this breadboard, this lower line is plus, so we connect 5 volt here, and this is this line, which is just below the black line, it will connect the ground here. So this entire will become ground and VC and power supply. So this is, so we take, this is 5 volt. Okay, we take a wire from this. We'll change the color afterwards. So we connect it here. Okay, now because of this entire line becomes 5 volt. So what do we do is we take one more wire from here and extend this to the upper region of this one. Okay, so this becomes 5 volt, this lower line becomes 5 volt, and this lower line becomes 5 volt. So let me get this color as red to represent it is power supply connection. Next we connect the ground connection. So here we can connect any of this to ground. I'll just take this one. And we connect it here, this one. Okay. And then we take a wire from here and connect it this to upper one, the upper row, this one. So this is ground wire. I'll just color it as black. So this is black. So this is the power supply connection we need to do. Now let us connect this, do the other connections. So in this gas sensor, there are 3 pins in the lower region and 3 pins at the upper region. So we have this A1 is connected at this 21, so all this are getting connected to this. So here we have this 20, at 23 we have this, and 25 we have this. So there are 6 pins. This is B1, H2 and B2. So this B1, H2 and B2, they need to be connected to power supply. So what we do is we just take a wire from here and connect this to this point. So all this becomes, they are connected to the power supply, VCC, that is the power supply. Okay, so we make it as red to clear the confusion, because so this is actually red because it is a power supply connection. Okay, now this is done. Now next we do the connection for the upper portion, that is this one. This is here we have A1, H1 and A2. So we take this series resistor. Okay, this series resistor, we place it here. So this actually is a connection between okay, so this A1 is one of the end of the resistor is connected to A1 and the other is connected to ground. As you can see, the second terminal is connected to this upper vertical region. So this is ground, and this is one more thing, this resistor, the value by default it is 1 kilo ohms. We need to make it as 4 kilo ohms. I'll just put as 4 kilo ohms. So I've changed the value, this 4 bits becomes 4 kilo ohms. Now next we need to connect this H1. H1 is to be connected to ground. So I'll just take this wire from here and connect it here. So because this is ground, so I'll just need to color it as black. Then this A2 needs to be connected to A0 of Arduino. So I'll just take a wire from here, so I can connect this. I'll just take this wire from here, okay, and take it out and here. So this needs to be connected to, I'll just take one more out. This needs to be connected to A0. So here we have, this is A0, this is A0. So this is done. You can just color it as brown to distinguish from other wires. So this is connected. So all the connections for the gas sensors are done. Now we are left with the connection for LED. Okay. So LED, there are 2 terminals, one is the anode, other is the cathode. So here we have the anode. So anode is to be connected to A1 of Arduino. So as you can see, any of these 2, because anode is connected here, so any of these 2 pins, any of these 2 connections can be done with the other, so as to connect with this anode. So we need to connect this to A1 of Arduino. Just do it in this way. One minute. Sorry, I'll just take it up. So it becomes easier for me. Sorry. So I'll just take this connection from here, okay, and take it here, and from here just make it, you need to connect it to A1. Okay. So this is A1, this is A1. You can just color it with a different color, so I'll just take it as blue. So this is done. Now the other end of this light emitting diode, that is the cathode, must be connected to ground. So I'll just take a wire from here and connect it to ground, okay, because it's ground, so I'll just make it as black. So these are the connections. So this we need to connect this, and then I have written the code. I'll copy the code, I'll paste the code, and I'll explain the code. Let us see the working. I'll just paste the code in this particular region, and then we can start the simulation. So I'll just click on this code and text continue. So I'll just paste the code here. So this is the required code. We will run this simulation, then I will explain the code line by line. So let us run the simulation. So as we start the simulation, we can see this LED is glowing, and when we left click just once on this smoke detector, we can see the smoke is there. So the smoke is far away from this detector, so this LED is on. So in case if we bring this particular smoke towards, we can drag the smoke towards the sensor. At a particular point, LED is turned off. As you can see, it is away, so it is on. As we bring it closer at a particular range, this will go off. Okay. Now we can also note down the reading. So for that case, I'll just click on code, and here we start the serial monitor. So it is showing us the reading. So if the smoke is away, it shows no smoke, sensor value is 273. If we bring it closer, so as we can see, the sensor value is increasing, it is 313, but still there is no smoke. But if we bring it closer, the reading goes on increasing, and at a particular threshold, in our program we have defined the threshold as 470. So if this reading goes beyond that, this LED will be off, and here it will show smoke detected. Let us see this. We bring it closer, more closer. So as you can see, it has crossed the threshold, so it is showing smoke detected, and this LED is off, and the reading is 497, which is beyond 470. So this is how we perform this particular practical. Now I'll explain the code.
LED pin. This constant is assigned the value of the pin connected to the LED that indicates the presence of smoke. In this case, it's set to a 1. Sensor pin. This constant represents the analog pin A0 to which the MQ2 gas sensor is connected. Smoke threshold. This constant defines the threshold value above which the sensor will consider the presence of smoke. If the sensor reading is equal to or greater than this threshold, it will trigger the smoke detection. The setup function is called once when the Arduino starts. In this function, serial.begin 9600 initializes serial communication at a baud rate of 9600. This is useful for monitoring the Arduino's output through the serial monitor in the Arduino IDE. Pin mode LED pin output configures the LED pin as an output, indicating that it will be used to control the LED. The loop function runs continuously after the setup function. In this function, int sensor value equals analog red sensor pin reads the analog value from the MQ2 gas sensor connected to sensor pin and stores it in the variable sensor value. The code then checks if sensor value is greater than or equal to the smoke threshold. If true, it assumes smoke is detected. Digital write LED underscore pin low turns off the LED to indicate smoke detection. Prints a message to the serial monitor indicating smoke detection along with the sensor value. If the sensor value is below the threshold, it assumes no smoke. Digital write LED pin high turns on the LED to indicate no smoke. Prints a message to the serial monitor indicating no smoke along with the sensor value. Delay 1000 introduces a delay of 1000 milliseconds, that is 1 second before the next iteration of the loop. This delay helps prevent rapid and unnecessary readings. That's all for this session. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe and comment.